Hey, welcome back to Beer Geek Beer Reviews. And today, I'm going to be taking a look at just what you've seen the title as in. I'm going to take a look at the 2017 Clown Shoes Pecan Pie Porter. This is one of my favorite beers, especially for the getting into the fall season. And I tend to have this beer every year since I found out that they were doing it and they came here to Ohio. It's just a joy to drink, just to me, because I fell in love with the pecan flavor. And I've already done a pour because, doing this one-handed with this camera. Here it is. I mean, as you can see, look at it. Look at that. That's lovely. But as a standardized porter, I would almost call this an imperial porter because, I mean, you're creeping up at 9%. That's what they're saying, 9% right here. And by this, which I didn't realize because, I mean, it doesn't say it right there on the label like it used to. Sunsets on Mongolia, Genghis Pecan leads a group of wild turkeys with blindfold juggling skills as he maneuvers atop a barrel floating down the river. Why? Who knows? But he tries to smuggle hobbits. This year's version of Pecan Pie Porter might be the most impressive yet at 9% ABV and aged in 100% bourbon barrels. Doggy. I think it was last year, and if I'm not mistaken, it was even the year before that. It was not barrel aged. So, for you out there that like this beer, have pondered whether or not to grab it up again, have had, if you've had the barrel aged version, oh my god, it was so good. And I was kind of disappointed because of the fact that they didn't come back out with the barrel aged again until this year. But you can just smell it. The aroma is pure sweetness, pecans, like a sugary sweetness, kind of like what you would find in a pecan pie. I mean, you just get that bountiful amount of pecans, sugary notes, almost like a doughy note. It smells so inviting. So, prost. Oh. I really love this beer. I'll put it this way to you. Yes, it's got great flavor. Really good drinkability for a 9% ABV beer. I mean, it's not too strong, it's not too heavy. It's got, I'm going to say, a low, full mouthfeel. And by that, I mean, there's still just a hint of, wateriness there. It's not thick, it's not rich and hearty, but it's got a nice, good drinkability to it. Other than that, I think that's primarily the only thing that I can harp at. If anything else, I would say it didn't spend enough time in the bourbon barrels because of the fact that you're not really truly getting that bourbon flavor. But what is nice is that they went ahead and they've balanced this beer with the bourbon. So I guess that's a plus. Clown Shoes does really nothing bad. Their 12-ounce bottles are kind of like your everyday beers. They're not too high, they're not too low. Especially some for the styles that are like kind of spot on. These kind of your 22-ounce bombers are like kind of the stars of the brewery. They do a lot of barrel aging. And with that, I think that they're one of the premier barrel aging companies. The more you drink on this, the more it becomes apparent. I mean, there is a lot of toasty notes, roasted notes, coffee notes, chocolate notes, pecan flavor. There's like a nuttiness there, and you can pick it up. It's abundant. What else can I say about this beer that I really already haven't? There's not really that. How do I want to put this? There's not really that flavor that you can tell that it's been time spent in the barrel, and there's not a lot of alcohol picked up with the alcohol flavor from the bourbon that is really picked up. At least not this year's. Maybe it's really fresh because this one's been bottled on. I thought it was like, there it is, 8/21/2017. Now I'm gonna pick another one of these up, and I'm just gonna leave it sit around for quite a while and see if it, ages pretty well. I would believe that it might become a little bit smoother. I believe maybe some of the flavors might kind of tone down a little bit, bring out some more of that bourbon flavor. I don't know. I just wish that there was more of that oakiness, that little bit of vanilla to it, especially being in some of these oak barrels. I wish that there was just a hint more bourbon to it, but other than that, I mean, it's a good quaffable beer. I mean, even though it's 9%. So with that said, man, I'm gonna jump up out of here. This has been a final look at the Pecan Pie Porter for 2017 by Clown Shoes out of, I believe they're still in Ipswich. I think Clown Shoes is a contract brewed company. I mean, they don't really have their own company, I believe. They're just out of Ipswich Brewing. But with that said, man, peace, bros, deuce, and as always, rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. If you've had this year's version of this beer, and let me know if you guys have the same issue with some of these bottles not holding quite the amount of barrel aging or bourbon or vanillic notes that come with the presence of barrel aging. So with that said, join me again for another said beer in said glass. Talk to you guys again later, man. Peace.